Check it out. This video is about a recent drama where members of the Flagrant podcast attacked the Fresh and Fit podcast. Fresh and Fit would also respond to the remarks made by the Flagrant podcast. But most of all, it starts with this clip from the Flagrant podcast episode.
Wait, what's up with Fresh and Fit? Are they still doing it?
They cooling.
But are they still doing the pod?
Yeah, of course you mean they're still doing it. You not watching?
I didn't know that they're still doing the pod.
Where can
You think
watch?
they died?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
They got demonetized. You know, it was a minor setback for a major comeback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, don't laugh like that. That was disrespectful.
No, but tell us. So what's going on? Like, are they still? But they're still doing the pod.
They're still doing the pod, man.
That's
you know,
fire,
they
bro.
got some different monetization strategies. You know,
What else are they working on? What's their different monetization
yo,
strategies?
what's up with y'all, man?
Yo, what's their different monetization strategies?
Nah, hold on, man. I don't like how y'all. I feel like y'all been.
You brought them up. I ain't bring them up. You
I
brought them up.
Y'all-
Don't be
y'all-
upset at us for shit you bring
like
up.
y'all praying to my man's downfall.
Praying on downfall.
Praying?
You asked me if we watched their podcast. I'm a 40-year-old man who's happy. Why would I watch that podcast?
We're all married, bro.
Y'all
We're
had
all
him up
married.
here.
I only watch it when I'm fighting with my wife. I'll be like, these guys get me. These guys understand, bro. They understand women.
It hit
4
different
days every
when you-
month that I watch that
hit
shit
different
probably.
when you walk in the room. Yo, it
4
hit.
days every
On
month.
the red days. On the red days. You
Red day
gotta
after
turn
red
it
pill.
back. No, but for real, can you still watch it? Do they have their own website? Or how do
Bro,
you
it's
watch
on
the
YouTube
pod?
still. What do you think it's at?
I thought the podcast got taken off YouTube.
No, it got demonetized. That's the new
What
way.
does that mean?
So
Daddy
YouTube.
said they can't make money.
Man, like why is Flagrant attacking Fresh and Fit like that, especially that co-host or the sidekick? Akash, come on. I believe you're from India, so you really don't want this beef. Like, come on. Akash does not have a leg to stand on, especially if you see in this picture, he's probably even lacking legs. Because let's be honest, don't nobody really care about Akash, right? He's only there as an extra to Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz is the main player in the Flagrant podcast. Yeah, if you forcibly take out Akash from the podcast, fans are going to complain because he's familiar, not because he's funny. Come on, when's the last time you heard people say, wow, this Akash guy's so funny? No, they probably say, oh, that's the guy on the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz. Yes, Andrew Schultz is the main player. I mean, come on. Akash is kind of like what? The Mike Goldberg of UFC. For those who don't know, what happened was people were complaining about the fact that Mike Goldberg was going to get removed from the commentating team, but they forget the fact that what? He's been really bad at commentating. He's had really bad input. Is that because he's so familiar that when you tell people or when you actually remove that familiar element, people start to feel a little uncomfortable. But after a couple of months, don't nobody care, just like Akash. I bet you if they suddenly yank him from the podcast a week or two, yeah, people are going to complain. After a couple months, don't nobody care. Andrew Schultz is the main part of the Flagrant podcast because, come on, Akash is so trashy that you can't even recycle him. And ultimately, Akash is like a discount version of the comedian Aziz. Except the problem is, Akash is a master of none and the jack of no trades. Like, we all know that Akash is a stand-up comedian, right? And he had a special called Bring Back Apu. Like, Akash, why would you want to bring back Apu back to his convenience store, Quickie Mart? Apu's already retired. He doesn't want to come back to the convenience store, especially nowadays. They're doing things like what? Smash and grabs. Groups of people coming in, smashing things and just grabbing things and walking out the store without paying for it. Have you seen the recent news, especially with convenience stores being the target of armed robberies, people having guns out there, people getting shot over convenience store items? So why would you bring back Apu? He is happily retired where he is. In fact, it's Apu who had to walk in order for people like you, Akash, in order to run. So shame on you. You're trying to make people who are trying to get out of a situation get back into something that not what they wanted to do, but they had to do to support their family. Come on, Akash. The only reason you're able to do your stand-up career is because your parents or people like Apu had to put in the work, the foundation for you to pursue what you really wanted to do.
I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of people are celebrating this just because right now it's affecting people that they don't like, but it's going to affect everybody because they're using it as a tool, right? And it's not, they're using it for
freedom of speech.
They're using it for political people, like, for example, Stephen Crowder. They're like,
Are you sure?
Huh?
Are you sure?
What?
This is all gonna happen?
No, it's happening now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's happened to.
So what are they saying you can't do? What is the guideline? What is?
I mean, it.
All of our information.
Yo, come on, fill us in, bro.
Yo, check it out.
You keep on bringing these things up and being bashful.
No, because
just
Go
you getting
watch Fresh and Fit. How do they watch it?
on YouTube.
Go to youtube.com, type in Fresh
Why
and
you
Fit,
saying this to my guys
and
right now?
scroll to the bottom of the
Why y'all this to my
and give them
guys?
a couple bucks, yo. Give Fresh and Fit a couple bucks.
I don't think they can get donations anymore.
They can't get donations?
I don't.
Well, not through the. Wait,
Is
what's
there
up?
a PayPal or
I
something?
thought you guys were cool with
Yo,
them.
we gonna set up a GoFundMe for Fresh and Fit. We gonna set up a
y'all cool with
GoFundMe for Fresh and Fit.
No, you never liked them for the get one.
I had no problem with Fresh.
Nah, you hated them.
Yo, we're fans. We brought them on the pod. We're fans.
You clowned the hell out of them. Or you tried to.
We gave him a fresh and fit shot.
Yeah, we did.
Yo, y'all
No,
ain't
but for real,
shit,
tell
man.
us the website where we could donate to them.
YouTube.com.
No, because they
But I don't
can't
know
get
if we could
donations.
donate
They're
that-
Oh,
demonetized.
you gotta go to Rumble.
How can we give them money?
Why you dissing them? You
How
know
can
they
we give
can't.
them money?
No, rumble.com. Just go to rumble.com.
And then we could give them money on Rumble?
Yeah.
So, you've been saying YouTube this whole time. They've been on Rumble.
Yeah, they're on both.
They're on both?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Why aren't you guys on Rumble?
Well, because we're not forced to be.
Yeah.
Usually you
What's
go to
going
Rumble
on?
if you're forced to be.
No. But I do think we're in the age where I think you should use all platforms.
Yo, what is up with Andrew Schultz's haircut? Like, we know Andrew Schultz, the initials are AS, but based on that haircut, the initials should be SS. Like, come on, I think 1930s Germany wants their haircut back. I mean, this Andrew Schultz guy, if you look at him closely, he's not known for making good choices. Come on, he even admitted this in a Flagrant podcast clip.
No, December 18th, I got married.
Really?
Great decision.
Really?
Yes, I recommend you do it. And you don't need a
Did you
prenup
get it?
because you don't make any money.
Okay,
Exactly.
did you get one?
Did I get a prenup? No, she got me.
Really?
Got me for everything.
Wait, you really didn't get
No
one?
prenup. Got me for everything.
All right.
Why are you so
I'm
concerned
gonna-
about that?
Hey, cut to this camera.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's-
Go this one. You're right here.
Oh,
Go-
this one?
Yeah.
He's gonna regret that. Play that clip whenever something happens. Play that. I know.
My wife used to like you.
I'm kidding. I'll totally have you.
Later on, Fresh and Fit would respond to Flagrant, especially with Myron, when he challenges the Flagrant host, Andrew Schultz, to a boxing fight.
How about you put on some boxing gloves and you fight me then? Because I've seen you hit some mitts. Cool, you train. Now people can't sit there and say that I'm just going after Alba because he's a fat slob and he can't fight. So you know what? Andrew is taller than me and he's bigger than me too. I've met him in person.
Yeah.
All right? He probably weighs over 200 pounds. So let's do it. You got the advantage. You've been training too, man. So let's fucking do it. Put the gloves on and let's fight. Let's see what you can fucking say. All the jokes you're going to make on our demonetization when your fucking face is swollen. Because the difference is this between you fucking pussies and me. I lived real life. I've had guns to fucking people's faces. I went after some of the most dangerous individuals in the fucking world. Real murderers, real fucking killers. People want to sit there and say I'm talentless, whatever. Have you ever arrested a terrorist? Have you ever went ahead and sat face to face with a fucking Sicario that has killed 50 plus Mexican Marines? Have you went ahead and rescued children from being kidnapped? Have you lived real life? That's the problem. Abba and Andrew and all these fucking internet losers have never done anything real in real fucking life. Okay? So here's the thing. You motherfuckers, especially you two comedians, you guys want to make jokes and everything else like that. But then when it comes to, all right, let's fight, you guys want to back out, especially Abba's bitch ass. Let's get in the boxing ring. Let's do it. Schultz, let's do it. You want to call me talentless? All right, I'm going to show you my talent. Break in your fucking jaw. Because you've been talking shit, and you've been talking, not only have you been talking shit, you try to set us up on your dumbass podcast. You went ahead and you messaged my fucking editor talking a whole bunch of crazy shit because we used a clip from your podcast, and you were over here sitting there crying. Who does that?
Yeah, he did.
Who does that? That's the truth. He sent a long ass message to my fucking editor for using a clip from that podcast on our clips channel. Bitching and moaning. Yo, you can't do this, blah, 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 blah. I would never do that to someone.
Now, you may be wondering, what made Myron so mad in that rant? Well, part of it was from this Twitter exchange. You see here, Andrew Schultz, he's tweeting out of this episode. In this episode, Flagrant disses Fresh and Fit. Myron replies with this, right? Basically dissing the entire Flagrant team. Andrew Schultz, sorry, this is Myron would also say another tweet is basically calling Andrew Schultz and Akash snakes, right? Another type of insult against Flagrant. And Andrew Schultz would reply to Myron, particularly about that tweet, basically sending a lot of insults, trying to hit some jabs, hoping that some of it will hit a nerve. It's not really witty. It's not really comedic. I'm guessing they're trying to get engagement, right? They want the both fan base of Fresh and Fit, fan base of Flagrant involved, so they think it's going to get some traction, right? Some traffic, some clout. Akash, who is, we can't even call him the side host, right? We can't even call him a side piece. At least a side piece has some usage, so he's just the extra in Flagrant. He also comments to Myron's tweet, basically saying that, oh, Akash said everything to Myron's face. So what is Akash referring to? He's referring to a previous episode that Flagrant had with Fresh and Fit, and I'm going to show you the clip where Akash definitely shows what he had in mind to Fresh and Fit in front of Fresh and Fit.
Open, understand the laws, understand the stats, and know what you're getting yourself into.
I think I don't have a problem with, I don't disagree with what Andrew said. The way I look at it is, you watch them you see them evolutionary charts from Neanderthal to Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Y'all are the first motherfucker out of Neanderthal. But grow with your audience. Mature with your audience as you work on yourselves.
Wow. I don't think Myron liked that insult by Akash, but the thing is, these are comedians. How do you respond to an insult made by a comedian? Throw your own insult or just laugh with it. Like, let it roll off your shoulder. Because apparently, to Andrew Schultz's tweet, Myron talks about how, he basically provided a lot of value through the Fresh and Fit service. Essentially, basically just challenging Andrew to a boxing fight, but in the tweet. So in case if you haven't seen that video I showed previously, people will definitely see it through this tweet. I mean, comedians, right? When they respond to a situation, they're going to throw jokes, they're going to throw insults, and oftentimes, right, to respond back to a comedian is with your own comedic take, through your own insult, right? If you're acting all super angry, I mean, it's kind of in this weird situation, but I get it. It fires up the fan base because as a comedian, you're going to get hecklers. People are going to try to cause you trouble, so how do you respond? You want to be able to throw a joke back, but if you can't think of something or you are really that frustrated, you might get security to escort the person out, like Pete Davidson, right? Somebody made a joke or a remark about his then ex-girlfriend, Ariana Grande. Pete Davidson just got security to throw that person out. What you're not supposed to do is basically antagonize the heckler, right? We don't want another Kramer situation or like Charleston White. Recently in a comedy show, when somebody was heckling Charleston White, he basically tried to escalate the situation, saying, you ain't going to come to beat me up or try to brag how much money he had. What Charleston White was supposed to do is just try to make a joke back to that guy and move on. So I can see this happening where, Myron Gaines, right, he's using this to his advantage, right, have a potential boxing fight. I don't think Andrew Schultz is going to accept it because he's a comedian, right? He's not a boxer or somebody looking to box. This ain't HS tiki-taki. So we will see what's going to happen. Maybe Andrew Schultz picks up the gloves and actually fights Myron, or maybe this is the end of it, right, until the next joke that Flagrant pulls in. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, put a like and subscribe. Put a comments below if you got something to say about it. I'll see you all next time.